What up?
What up? What up, Tima?
What's up, Maid?
We are the Jump Out Girls.
Yes.
I'm Maine.
I'm Tima.
And we're two girls jumping out of traditional finance using untraditional methods.
Yes, and today, untraditionally, we are going to talk about, which is something that we had to learn later in life, why you should learn to live a credit-based lifestyle.
Credit-based lifestyle. Live off of credit.
Yes.
It sounds crazy,
It sounds crazy because normally in our community, and maybe even in your community, you're taught that credit is bad initially, right? You're taught that credit's bad because people abuse credit. However, as we've learned, if you can manage your debit card, you can utilize your credit card to be the same way. This is more so from a personal credit standpoint.
Yes.
And also to business standpoint, but we're going to talk more about personal.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about personal today.
Yeah. So untraditionally, you don't hear people say, live a credit-based lifestyle. You just don't. You don't really hear that spoken about.
No, not at all.
Traditionally, you see and witness and experience people using their debit card for mostly everything.
Yeah.
And then they use their credit card for emergencies and vacations.
Impulse buy or something. You're absolutely right.
Right?
Yep.
So the reason why we're saying that you should learn to live a credit-based lifestyle, because while there are situations where maybe doing too much with credit can hurt your profile, and when I say doing too much with credit, meaning if you're trying to get new cards every 2 months, like that's going to ding you, and you're constantly going to get hard inquiries, and your score is going to go down, and it looks like, you know, you're not maintaining, you're not giving it enough length of time in between the request.
Yes.
The other reason why you should learn the reason why we think it's good to learn a credit-based lifestyle is because in the event that you do have an emergency, or in the event that you do have something that requires cash, right? Because we're still a cash-based system. You have the opportunity to use credit. You are using this credit properly, which means is that you're using it just like your debit card, where you're buying items, all items, and you're paying it off in full every month. Just like as if it was your debit card. What using credit does is that if you need this money for something else, there are situations where you say, okay, I'm just going to pay this minimal because I have this emergency, and now I've built up this money in my accounts that I haven't touched yet, and I can use this money truly for something that is a cash-based emergency. And whatever that could be a multitude of things.
One major thing as well, everything she said, absolutely 100% correct. One other thing that I would like to add is because, and I probably have said this before because I've been through it, and I had to learn the hard way. When you use that debit card, right, and I'm going to say this again. When you use that debit card and that information's out there, and let's just say somebody, you know, gets your debit card.
Oh, I see where you're going.
You hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, and they get that debit card and they run that money up. I've had this experience myself.
Yeah.
That's your personal money. You call the bank, Slim, guess what? Like, hello, somebody got my money, blah, 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 blah. They're gonna act like they care, but they don't really care. Trust me.
Yeah.
Because it's your money.
Right.
But if it's a credit card, baby.
Yes.
What? I guarantee you, I don't give a damn if it's $1 million that was charged on your credit card. Visa, American Express, whoever that card you have with, they're going to get that damn money back. And so if somebody charges it up or whatever the case may be, you literally, this was not me, blah, 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 show the proof, and then they're going to fight for you. But if it's your money coming out of that debit card, oh, baby, they're going to act like they care. Trust me. Oh my God, we're going to find out whatever. You're going to have to constantly keep going over, calling, trying to figure out what happened to your money.
Yeah.
So that's the big, for me, because I've experienced it, the biggest thing when I learned, I was like, oh no, this is ridiculous. Like, I had to fight for my money when I've heard people literally say they've had credit cards, they've gotten charged $20,000, $40,000, $30,000, and then, you know, within a couple of days it was settled, no issue.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen with a debit card.
Yeah.
It does not.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That actually happened to my mom. We were on a cruise, and somehow or another somebody hacked into her account. And instead of two things happened. Instead of, like if you've ever been on a cruise, sometimes you have to give them a form of payment for like certain things, like incidentals, right?
Yeah.
Just like a hotel. And you can apply it to like even present day. If you go to a hotel and you give them your debit card versus your credit card, they're going to hold that fee on your debit card longer than it would affect you on a credit card, because they're looking at you more of a what's the word, like a liability per se, like you're more risky because you're using this debit card, so they hold a higher amount.
They do.
They do.
Yeah. They really do.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about that.
They,
My bad. Go
yeah,
ahead.
they hold a higher amount, and then on top of that, if anything happens to your card, like my mom when we were on this cruise, she didn't have access to her funds, so sometimes, and also too, what we've noticed is, and what we've referenced in previous videos, is about credit unions, establishing relationships with credit unions, right? Sometimes a credit union is local, sometimes a credit union may be in a different area. So it's like you have to go to the bank, withdraw your money, use this, you're so used to using that card and you're like boom, 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 boom. But then it's just like, what if you don't have enough money in there?
Exactly. And that's why, to go back to the whole credit situation, if you properly manage your money,
Right.
like your debit card, like you can't, if you have $100 on your credit card, you can't spend 101.
Right.
You possibly could, but then you're going to have to, it'll be 136 because it was a $35 overdraft fee,
Yes,
whatever the case may
yeah.
be. But that money, once it's gone, it's gone.
It's gone.
But let's say you spend $100 on your credit card,
Yeah.
and then you pay it off one time, and then you do that, or whatever the case may be. Over time, that's called revolving credit. Your credit limit can consistently increase off of that. So let's say you start off with a $1,000 credit card, it can go to $2,000, $3,000, as long as you're managing it properly and paying it on time. Unlike your bank account, unlike your debit card, you have $1,000. It's not going to get to $1,000 again after you spend it unless you put the $1,000 back in.
Oh, very good point. I love that. Very good point.
That's
Yeah.
the simplest way I could.
Yeah. So, I think the reason why we now push for a credit-based lifestyle is because we've become more disciplined.
Yes.
We understand how it's better to use credit, because by using credit properly, you're able to get more credit. You're actually you have better scores than most people. You can use the credit for other things, right? And most people aren't buying, while it is still a cash-based society, and if you have cash, yes, you can buy things faster or for a bargain or whatever.
Yeah.
However, say for instance, you want to go get this car, or you want to go get a house, or you want to go get something with a good credit score, and also banks seeing that you are properly using your credit, you're more likely to get approved for certain things that if you didn't have that score, or you were trying to build this credit, it takes you longer.
It does.
It
really does.
And we have experience where we both had to fix our personal credit, and it takes time. So essentially,
Yes.
to wrap it up,
Yes.
the reasons why we like it are
Our personal money is not floating around as somebody else's money. We talk about that all the time. OPM, use other people's money. They're going to respect other people's money before they respect yours.
yes.
2, you're going to continue to get revolving credit. As long as you use it properly or whatever, your credit limits can consistently increase, unlike a debit card.
Yep.
Whatever you have, that's all you have. It's not going to increase until you put it on there.
Yep. And you can also use this money. 3 would be, you can also, if you unfortunately lose your card, somebody steals it, whatever, it's more likely to get resolved faster than if you use your debit card or using your personal funds.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, hopefully you all got a little gem from this content, just a little bit or whatever.
Yeah.
But like always, like, comment, share, subscribe. Please, what are your thoughts? What are your opinions? What are your experiences on it? Do you feel like credit is better? Do you feel like cash is better? Please,
Let us know.
We like to hear all ways, all avenues or whatever.
Yep.
But for us, we've learned that we feel like credit would be the best for us.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You can find us on all social media platforms at JumpOutGirls. This would be on Twitter at JumpOutGirls, Facebook at JumpOutGirls, Instagram at JumpOutGirls. If you want to email us, it's info@jumpoutgirls.com. If you want to buy our merch, please support us. We have t-shirts, we have hoodies. Yes. JumpOutGirls.com, click the shop button, and you'll see all of our products.
Yes, and what you all are looking at us on now is YouTube. Jump Out Girls on YouTube.
Oh, I forgot that one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So, until then, guys.
Peace.